the late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to new Bitcoin video. It's full moon today. It's either today or tomorrow. It says 18, 19, depending on where on the planet you are. But it's the full moon. And we are breaking the short-term trend. This line over here, this is a short-term trend. This went from 16 December, so it's a couple of days short-term trend that's getting broken. But we like that because this downtrend that's going towards downside is getting broken right now. And everything looks nice in the end. Bitcoin is up 2.27% in green right now. Altcoins are doing nice. Some are above 10%, others are around 3-4%. But there is a lot of bullishness in the market right now. And it looks very nice. It looks very nice. I hope you did not panic yesterday because I saw there was a lot of panic around these levels down here. You can see these wicks down here. Everybody thought it's gonna drop down like crazy, but we are kind of just sitting on the sidelines. Like we said, like if it drops crazy, if it drops like crazy, something is wrong. I don't know what, but something is wrong because it is so oversold, it is so pushed down that it cannot just basically cannot go down, So there was no need for panic. There was no need for any kind of unrational behavior. But right now we are going towards the upside, so everything is nice and dandy. So what's happening right now? So let's see a little bit of a chart up here. So this downtrend here is broken. Now you cannot see down here that I kind of do this on the some lines. That's for me to know why and for you to figure it out. But you can do that. So this trend definitely broken up here, going up very nicely. You can see the moving averages up here on the daily time frame. Now this is not at least 4-hourly time frame. On the daily time frame, we are getting back above the 200 moving average. On the 4-hourly, we are actually trying to climb back up again above this 10 moving average. So this is the first step, this is the second step, this is the third step, fourth step, fifth step, sixth step, seventh step, and so forth, so forth. And that's how we get to really, really high levels. So the big question is not actually whether we're gonna go up from over here or stuff like that, because I do think so that we are gonna do that. The big question is, what kind of pattern is this? Because I've seen people talk about what kind of pattern is happening on the chart up here. Is this some kind of falling wedge? Is this some kind of channel? And the way we drew it yesterday was something like this, right? Give or take, something like this. We drew something like this, give or take, and we said this is some kind of falling wedge, right? But you can see that it's not being respected that nice. It's not being respected that nice. So somebody might assume that this is not some kind of falling wedge. It might be something else. So let's assume that it was something else. It might be something like this down here, because it is getting more respect. So I think maybe there is some probability that this is a channel. Also, you can see that this line is a little bit screwed towards downside. Maybe it should be something like this up here to make it very nice channel, or something like this. You can see that this stop did not actually come all the way up here, so I think that this can actually go all the way up to some kind of 49 levels to retest this upper resistance again. If this is a channel, we should retest the upper resistance. Now that's gonna take a little bit while, so we're gonna see if actually that happens. But right now I think this should actually happen. We should retest 49, at least 49, before we try some kind of higher levels, because I just don't see this go further towards downside. This trend line up here, and I think it's a little bit more legit than the wedge. It got tested a bunch of times down here. It got tested a bunch of times, and right now it is pretty clear that this is pretty decent support. Now that we are bouncing off of that support, it's more likely that we're gonna test some resistance that we are been having previously, and I think this upper line up here, it's pretty decent resistance up here to test up here, 200 moving average up here somewhere. So we must see how we actually get. Getting above the 50 moving average, although we have done that previously, is gonna again give us a little bit more bullishness for that. So that said, we got some kind of nice divergences on the RSI. I'm gonna show you up here. So this daily chart of the RSI, and we're gonna turn off the moving averages, and we're gonna show you the indicator down here. This is the RSI, and we got what's called divergence, RSI divergence. But we don't have one RSI divergences. We have two in a row. Now the second is not confirmed yet, of course, because this is a lag indicator, but we take what we get. So we'll see here that price went down here, it went up here. This was the first divergence, and right now the price went down again, and look what happened up here. We was still going towards the upside. So this is two divergences in a row. 1 2 1 2 in a row. 1 2 two divergences in a row. So this is definitely right now can probably you know, push us towards the upside. Can we have another move towards downside? We can, and for that to happen, this, you know, if this goes something like this up here, and we get, you know, again some kind of lower low down here, then we might experience a higher high up here. If that happens, we get a higher high up here and a lower here. You know, this was some kind of high, and we get a lower high, then this might actually push us towards downside again, because this happened already once. This happened not actually once, twice. So this was the first one. This was the first one. You can see that price goes down, the RSI goes up. This is the first, and then it pushes us downwards. Then we did the second one. The second one also did the same thing. It pushed us, you know, towards downside again. But every single time this happened, this is called a hidden bearish divergence. So this is a hidden bearish divergence. This is a second hidden bearish divergence, and every time it pushed us on the downside. Every time it pushed us on the downside. But on the downside, we had just a regular bullish RSI divergences 2 times in a row as well. And you can see here that right now we are having these 2 divergences. So we had 2 hidden bearish divergences and 2 regular divergences, and right now we are going in towards the upside. So this pattern over here, this happens all the time after some kind of impulsive move happened. And what's happening here, although RSI is lagging indicator, what we are trying to figure out when these divergences are gonna end. So what we are trying to figure out, if this does something like this and there is no divergence up here, and then does something like this and there is no divergence on the downside either, that means that this pattern is played out, and first then we can go towards the upside and downside. And actually that's when we should actually be looking at some kind of indicators and some kind of probability towards the upside and downside, because all of this what's playing out right now is just you know, price trying to, you know, follow the indicators, or indicator trying to follow the price, whichever is the correct one. And it's not actually yet at the end of the game. It is getting very close, and this can definitely continue pump. But I will say that, like, any of these levels up here, 48.8, 50,000, 50,007, any kind of these levels, once we start breaking these levels towards the upside, doesn't matter which kind of level it is, you know, it's gonna kick a lot of bullishness. So I would say that first sign of bullishness will come around 48.8. This level up here. Once we break that and close above this level, this on the daily time frame, so daily must close up here, because we have a low, high, lower high, lower high. What we want to have is a higher high up here. We want to go towards the upside. We want to change the trend, and I just like I just showed you, short-term trend down here got broken. That's why we know that this is some kind of bottom right over here, because short-term trend got broken towards the upside. So right now we are seeing, you know, we want to get to some kind of higher levels up here, and we're gonna see if this you know, if we can get above you know, the channel that we have been in. So RSI looks nice. MACD is still no bullish cross on the MACD. MACD is down here. Still no bullish cross on MACD, but we are getting pretty close to that cross. You can see here we are kind of flatlining this. We're kind of flatlining the MACD down here, and it's only a matter of time before we get this cross. I think, you know, today, tomorrow, very soon. Like you just saw, the full moon is today or tomorrow, you know, depending on where on the planet you are. But the full moon is up on us. This is playing out to the dollar almost. Let's put up the moon phases up here. Moon phases, and you'll see. I like to turn these off. You'll see the moon phases, you know, the big dump, the new moon dump. The pump did not pump actually much. It just went kind of sideways until new moon and then dumped on new moon. The new moon down here, you know, pushed us down, and right now this new moon was pushing it down. And right now we're gonna get a big one of these. This is a full moon. We're gonna get one of these full moons, and we are hoping that this is gonna pump us to the skies, right? Also it's not a normal full moon, by the way, guys. This is not a normal, this is what's called a micro full moon. It's a very special moon. It doesn't happen that often, very rarely. I can show you in a chart how rarely that happens. So you can see this chart up here. It's a little bit messy, don't mind that. Right now we are getting to this last three lines. So this was a super moon. So this is a micro full moon, a super new moon, and this over here was right now is micro micro full moon, and you can see these micro and super moons do not happen that often. Next time this is gonna happen is gonna go all the way to July, June, July, up here. So this is the next time this is gonna happen, and you can see these special events do have very special impact on the price. This is what we have been waiting for, and right now maybe this is just gonna, you know, push us all the way up to the top, up at some kind of you know, July. So maybe this is the bottom for right now, and we just go all the way up to top somewhere around June, July. Now that would be very nice, right? If you want to know more about the chart, there's a video called The Secrets of the Billionaire, and that's that, guys. Anyways, I don't want to talk too much. Hit the like button on the way out. Check the video, you know, The Secrets of the Billionaire. Also, I got a new channel, trying to pump the subscriber numbers on that one. Check that one out. And that's that, guys. Bye bye. Oh, this one.
That was genius.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great job.
You guys did it. No, it's you.